Hello, this is Noga Hallman, creator of UpsideDown Parenting, where parenting meets personal growth. You are watching Monday TakeAway, and today I will unleash the power of 3 quotes that have been helping me to keep my mouth shut around my kids when what I have to say can harm more than it can heal. In my reality, these quotes or principles are especially vital when I'm in the company of my kids longer hours than the usual, and at some point I just have the urge to let them know all the things that are so wrong with them. It's also when you know from experience that your well-intentioned advice will quickly escalate into preaching, and if you're anything like me, you dislike your preaching self as much as your kids hate it. So at a time when, say, you're heading towards a family holiday, you might want to make a copy of this for your fridge, your baby stroller, your car's front window, and your children's forehead where you can see it at all times. I took the first quote for today from the timeless Pirkei Avot, Ethics of Our Fathers. A wise man is not hasty to answer. This is part of a whole blueprint for civilized conversations. Here's more of what mothers can learn from this ancient source about handling our conversations with our children with more maturity, on our side, of course. Number 1, a wise mother does not interrupt her kids while they're talking, even if what they say is hard for her to hear. Number 2, she does not hasten to answer. Number 3, her questions are on the subject, and number 4, her answers to the point. Number 5, she responds first to the first thing that her child says, and last to the last thing. And here's the deal. I've discovered that when I follow these guidelines, then by the time my daughter's done talking, and by the time I had formulated a relevant, orderly response, the urgency that normally would have caused me to shout and preach is practically gone. Okay, so now that you're clear on what you want to say, quickly take it for a test drive with our second quote for today by Sally Hogshead. If you're not adding value, you're taking up space. Don't worry, your kids will give you all the feedback you need. When they generally resonate with what you say, they will want your opinion, your input, and your participation in their activities and conversations. When they don't, they'll just look past you. Sometimes we feel like our kids do need to hear a certain unpleasant truth, like when your daughter wants to sing on American Idol, and everyone but her knows that she can't carry a tune. Now, if you're not sure whether what you were planning on saying is a fair, helpful prediction or one that will have a lasting negative effect on your child's self-esteem, then Sean Stevenson has something to tell you. 35 years ago, Sean was born with a rare bone disorder, and doctors predicted that he would not survive, but he did. And by the time he was 17, he already delivered motivational speeches. Sean, who had earned the nickname 3-Foot Giant, appeared on the Oprah show, and his YouTube videos get millions of views. So Sean is known to have said, "Never believe a prediction that doesn't empower you." And I take it as sound parenting advice. Never, never give your kids a prediction that doesn't empower them. So, say if you know your daughter will be a laughingstock at American Idol, you can encourage her to pick up a musical instrument and join the local choir instead. Now, it's helpful to notice that there are 2 types of predictions that don't empower and also disempower our children. The first one, which most people are totally aware of, is the prediction that's motivated by our fear of our child's possible failure, as in, "You're good for flipping burgers," and "Don't run, you'll fall." The seemingly civilized version of this type of prediction comes out of my own mouth too often, like when I tell my very capable daughter, "I know you won't fold the laundry like you said, because you never do." The second type of prediction is motivated by our fear of our child's potential success. So, for example, just last week, Grandpa got my 8-year-old Abigail the rollerblades that she's been dreaming about. While she was getting better and better at rollerblading, I was getting more and more anxious. Deep inside, I was concerned that Abigail will get so good at this that she might end up wanting to get into more adventurous sports. Now that is fear of success. To put it all in context, it's during those times that we have longer stretches of hours with our children that we can be more open to their explorations. So make a pact with yourself today, not to let your limitations and vision of yourself define the limits of your children's comfort zone. And now I invite you to make this your own. Go to the comment section below and tell me, how do you overcome the urge to preach to your kids? And what do you do when you know that it's your fear speaking? Your comment makes a difference. Please write directly in the blog where we can all learn from what you have to share. If you were empowered and inspired by this video, make sure to go to UpsideDownParenting.com and leave your comment now. While you're there, subscribe to our mailing list and get our actionable videos on personal growth through parenting delivered directly to your mailbox. Do you know a mother who would like to talk less and let her children be more? If you do, share this link with her. Thank you for watching, and until next time, get curious about the parenting challenges that come your way, because they are your custom-made opportunities to step into the mother your children deserve and the person you are meant to be. It's spring! It's spring! It's spring!